and we can always have a debate.
Yeah, sure. If something comes across in my mind meanwhile while you're going,
Surely,
then
surely.
I'll definitely raise my hand.
Okay, okay. So here we get the smarter objectives. So we need to have smarter objectives. So while you are setting your smarter objectives, we use smarter as a tool to define our KPIs. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let us without. So let me just finish the explanation of the terms. Then we can go into the micro concepts of these KPIs and SLAs. So what is an SLA? How many of you have heard about this term called SLA?
Service level agreement.
It's a service level agreement. Can you tell me what this agreement is all about?
So
this is
like
an agreement. First of all, where is this agreement applied? So let us first go check the status quo. See, we are talking about a tool. So SLA is a tool. It is a tool to monitor the performance of what? Product or service?
A service.
It's a service. So SLA is mainly used to define service parameters. So what is in short SLA? It is an expectation tool between the service provider and the service receiver.
And the one who's receiving the service.
Simple thing is outsourcing, sir. Manpower outsourcing. You can make a service.
It can apply in anywhere. It can even apply between a subordinate and a boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you people got
Like
the
a
PDF
contract,
file?
similar to a contract, right?
Samir, can you? I think your voice is a little bit, slowed down. I don't know what is the issue.
My voice? No, I think.
Okay. I think
now you got the file like a service level agreement as well as standard operations. I forwarded it to you people.
Okay, fine.
PDF file.
Yeah.
Save it for you.
So, see, the whole objective of few of us contributing is that through this forum we would like to make it.
Who's speaking in the background?
Mirza, if you could, if I'm sorry, but in this particular instance, I think Mirza, if you could mute your.
Okay, I'm doing that. Okay, Mirza is mute now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is an SLA? It's a service agreement, service level agreement between the service provider and the service receiver. It is a conflict measurement tool because in the SLA you have clarified out, like, let's take an example of SLA. A simple example. Vivek, would you like to give an example? Be it wrong, right? Let's try. I want you to take the lead today with examples. Vivek, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, please. Can you give an example of an SLA? Simplest form. Don't make it complicated.
SLA, is it something also similar to a TCO concept?
No. It's totally different. It's totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah, it's okay. Australia and maybe US.
A service level agreement is like you said, we enter into a.
Let's take an example in the current situation. In a normal situation, Vivek, any email that is dropped, any request that is put in your inbox, you need to respond to this email within 15 minutes. But in the COVID situation, we are giving you a relaxation time because you're overloaded with a lot of complaints.
True.
So what have we done? We have modulated the SLA to meet the expectation. There is no point of setting a 15 minutes time when you will not be able to respond. So SLA is a response measurement tool.
Okay.
You get it? Can you apply it in any other business and see? Let me see if we can get a corrective example. Even Mirza, you can add some example for the SLA. An order is popped to you for delivery. Okay, an order is sent to you for delivery. So there is an agreed SLA from the time the order is given. Goods should be ready for delivery within 2 hours.
So this is vastly applied in, food delivery industry, let's say.
Every
Between
industry you can
Zomato-
apply.
industry.
Even in case of
Yes,
container,
yes.
like a container
Yeah.
is come to your
Premises.
premises or to your dock.
Yeah. So they
How much
derive the
within 2
standard
hours
time.
you have to unload the container? Yes. Now, if you agree, if you fail in the SLA, then what happens? This is where
They'll
the
charge
invocation
you
of
charges or
additional
penalty.
charges comes in.
There'll be some
Yeah.
back
I will-
charges.
I will take another simple example. Why for a courier service you have economy service, express service, 12 o'clock service? So what is service level agreement? All
The level of
procurement-
emergency.
Yes. You have to define your service expectation, and based on the service expectation, the price trigger will be there.
Mhm.
So when we are negotiating service, we have to say, let's say example, cleaning service. You are expecting a cleaning to be done on 5 working days. If you
True.
want cleaning on Saturday or on Friday, you have to pay for the additional,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
if for a fire brigade or for anything, there is an SLA. It's like you make a complaint, within how much time they are supposed to come back to you within the SLA. But again, while you are making an SLA, it is not only done by the procurement department. It is done in consultation with the stakeholders. You have to sit for a joint meeting with the stakeholders to understand and prioritize what is important, what is urgent, what is important, and what is not urgent, not important. If
So
we
this can
put
be a
all,
multi-level, right? It becomes a
yes.
multi-level, right?
It becomes a multi-level, and it is across the tiers in the supply chain. You can have a service level agreement with the main contractor. The main contractor will have a service level agreement with the subcontractor, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So does it answer the subject? Okay, Vivek, SLA and AMC. AMC is a broader term. AMC is annual maintenance contract or an asset management contract. What is asset management? You are giving over your assets to somebody. Let's talk about annual maintenance contract for a generator or for an equipment which has been outsourced to another company. So from the time the equipment is not functioning or malfunctioning or downtime, you will make a trouble ticket. Are you with me, Vivek? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Vivek?
He's on mute. He's on mute.
Mute.
Okay. So suppose the equipment is not functioning or malfunctioning, you will raise a trouble ticket. And from the time the trouble ticket is raised, depending upon the urgency of the ticket, and based on the agreement that you have with your service provider, they are supposed to come and make good the service. So it does apply even for asset management or annual maintenance.
Facility management. I think facility management also, real estate.
See,
and all this.
asset management, it's the same. Either people call it asset management because you are giving your assets to another company. It is also in short referred to as a facility management service, where your maintenance and activities are given to a third party who is capable enough to handle it with much care.
Yeah.
It's a knowledge expertise of the third party.
It's like a dedicated service for the particular thing for a particular time of like annually, something like this.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay, sir.
anybody would like to have any examples from any industry, please go ahead and ask me. I will try my best to give you a suitable example to define SLA.
Okay.
So,
In response time for a health industry, it's like, what is definition of an emergency service and what is an outdoor clinic? So based on which the charges will be different.
Yeah,
Again,
emergency
it's
means
a-
like an instant.
Emergency means that the SLA will be on the high priority and it will be short.
Yeah.
In an OPD, you will have a long waiting hours.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
who audits this SLA if we make this SLA between 3PL or 4PL? is there be, I mean, there will be some legal department
No.
comes in place, or some outside
Ideally, in
consultant?
a big structured company, you will have an account manager assigned to manage the this key account, if it is a big account, or otherwise it is again in a small companies, it is up to the service department people who are responsible to monitor it, or finally it boils down to, in this part of the world, everything is done with the poor buyer. The poor buyer is being criticized, honored. You are forced to do everything what the requesting department is supposed to do. Imagine I am the buyer, I have no idea about how the maintenance is done, and I am supposed to go, and am I supposed to go and monitor whether the air condition was maintained properly, or the fire extinguishers was properly calibrated or refilled? It is the job of the user department, or in every company there is at least a skeleton facility team who is responsible to monitor the contractor's performance. But in some companies, I'm sorry to say, all this responsibility is bestowed upon that poor buyer who is running head and tail to make things happen, which in reality does not work. Pardon?
Can I add in this something?
Yes. Yes.
See, yeah, Anshuman sir, see, actually what I have realized, I mean, I will talk in a different level. I'm not a procurement professional here. But yes, when we say that, yes, in procurement department, certain task is given by the management to maybe source or maybe coordinate and all these things. So I believe that people who are maybe a learner or maybe only going by the flow, what the company may have initially inducted them, and this is how they are practicing, they may not be aware of questioning it in a right way, for example. Yeah.
Absolutely,
But if, yeah. So if in case the procurement guys are well equipped, well knowledgeable and structured, they would definitely have that guts to question back, that these are the things what.
Can I ask you, can I just halt you and just answer a little critique on the current scenarios?
Yeah.
In one plate, you want all the 3 dishes punched in together. Today, when you are asking a procurement position, you are expecting that guy to be an electrical engineer, to know mechanical engineering, and so on and so forth. So what is happens, it becomes like an Indian bhel puri. He is not able to know fully sourcing, he is not able to manage the supplier, and then again on the end he becomes a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Rejoin please. Time is going to end by any moment, so
yeah,
just rejoin. Okay.
Right. So definitely. Yeah. So definitely, what I understand here is that when we say, okay, we should have a proper knowledge about the specs, right? So if the specs are clear and things are informed that, yes, this is what to